Bloomberg News published an article on January 26, saying that with the rapid development of Chinese auto brands in recent years, China's auto exports will exceed 2.5 million in 2022, and it will soon surpass Germany to become the world's second-largest passenger car exporter. Chinese cars are now market leaders in Latin America and the Middle East, and occupy an important position in the European market. The United States has largely ignored the achievements of China's auto exports. In fact, according to the official data, since 2020, the overseas export of Chinese automobiles has tripled, reaching more than 2.5 million in 2022. In just 2 years, China has successively surpassed the United States and South Korea to become the world's third-largest exporter of passenger vehicles, only about 60,000 units behind Germany, which ranks second. By the way, the first is Japan, which will export about 3 million vehicles overseas in 2022. The rise of China's auto exports means the emergence of a powerful competitor to contend with the established auto giants, and the global auto industry will face reshaping. Furthermore, this trend shows that China is no longer the world's factory for low-cost electronic devices, home appliances, and Christmas toys. Chinese companies are moving up the manufacturing value chain by supplying more complex and sophisticated products to highly competitive and highly regulated overseas markets. Xu Haidong, Deputy Chief Engineer of the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers, said this is just the beginning. China's goal is to export 8 million vehicles overseas by 2030. However, the rapid growth of China's auto export data has basically not attracted the attention of American society. Why did the United States, which has always been paying close attention to China, ignore this important news? How did China unknowingly become the world's largest auto exporter? Hi! Welcome to Auto Age. Before we started today's video, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Okay, let's get started. Why hasn't the rapid growth of China's auto export data attracted the attention of American society? Well, part of the reason is that this export performance mainly occurred during the COVID-19, and partly because China's overseas auto exports are mainly concentrated in Europe, Asia, and Latin America. According to the United Nations Commodity Trade Statistics, in 2021, 29.9% of China's overseas exports of domestically made cars went to Asia, 14.5% to EU countries, 13.2% to other parts of Europe, and 21.2% to Latin America. The data also shows that the average export price of domestically made passenger cars in China in 2021 was about $13,700, about one-third of that of German cars, and about 30% cheaper than Japanese-made cars. That means Chinese car exports are most likely to pose a threat to cheaper Japanese and Korean models, rather than German-branded vehicles. According to Eurostat data, 2021 is a critical year for Chinese automobiles to enter Europe. In this year, China's automobile exports to the EU surged by 156% to 435,000 vehicles, many of which are new energy vehicles. Moreover, in addition to proving itself to be a reliable manufacturing hub for auto industry giants, China is actively leading the industry's next frontier, electric vehicles. China's strong local supply chain makes it cheaper to manufacture electric vehicles in China than anywhere else. At the same time, the Chinese government's policies based on energy conservation and emission reduction also provide subsidies to new energy vehicle manufacturers and buyers. At present, a group of local Chinese car companies such as BYD and NIO have emerged, trying to lead the development of new energy vehicles in the world. On the one hand, these factors have attracted Tesla, the US car company with the largest market value today, to build a new factory in Shanghai. On the other hand, it also gave birth to the best car companies with the potential to shine on the global stage such as BYD, NIO, and Xiaopeng Motors. The former richest man in the world and Tesla CEO Musk recently said in a conference call that Tesla's biggest competitor is most likely a Chinese company. When talking about Chinese car companies, Musk said that they work the hardest and the smartest. He described Chinese car companies as the most competitive companies in the world. According to the data released by the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers on January 12, in 2022, China's automobile production and sales will complete 27.021 million and 26.864 million vehicles, a year-on-year increase of 3.4% and 2.1%, and the total automobile production and sales will rank first in the world for 14 consecutive years. In 2022, new energy vehicles will continue to grow rapidly, with production and sales of 7.058 million units and 6.887 million units respectively, ranking first in the world for 8 consecutive years, with a year-on-year increase of 96.9% and 93.4% respectively, and a market share of 25.6%, higher than the previous year. At present, the development of new energy vehicles in China has occupied the first place in the world. For these emerging Chinese car companies, they are more willing to choose the European market with more mature consumer acceptance and infrastructure as their main target, mainly in the form of direct export. Among many European and American countries, Norway's policy is the most friendly. In addition to the official plan to stop selling fuel vehicles by the end of 2025, imported electric vehicles also enjoy exemption from import duties, free charging, and can drive on bus lanes without paying. With preferential policies such as city tolls and parking fees, Norway has become the first stop for some Chinese brands to enter overseas markets. Among them, I have to mention NIO and Xiaopeng, which were the first to be exported overseas. In 2021, NIO officially announced its entry into the Norwegian market, and then in October 2022 it announced its entry into the markets of Germany, the Netherlands, Denmark, and Sweden. In fact, Xiaopeng has entered Norway earlier in 2020, but the results are not very satisfactory. Specifically, in Norway in 2021, Xiaopeng G3 and P7 only delivered a total of 438 units, while in 2022, NIO and Xiaopeng will both sell hundreds of units in Norway. One of the big reasons is that the delivery problem has not been well resolved. In fact, this also shows from the side that in addition to its own shortcomings, these brand new brands still need a certain amount of time for overseas users to accept, and there is still a long way to go. However, these brands are constantly developing in the Chinese market and occupy a large sales share in the market. If the same speed of development can be maintained in overseas markets, and the delivery problem can be solved at the root, I believe these brands will still have quite good sales results. At last, it has to be said that the models of Chinese brands are now well recognized in the global market, which is proved by the continuous breakthrough data of export volume alone. At the same time, the current global market is making efforts in the new energy market, which is an excellent opportunity for all Chinese brands. Then, let us see how the export volume of Chinese brands will perform in 2023, and will they achieve a breakthrough from 3 million to 4 million vehicles? Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below, and share your insightful ideas with other people. Do you want to learn about more auto stories? Please keep following our channel and like our videos. Your precious time with us is highly appreciated. See you.